Here we are going to talk about newborn care. What are the few things that we come across, especially in Indian culture, on which you want to talk? First thing, should I put my child in diaper for 24 hours? Because my sister-in-law or my distant relative stays across world or out of India and they have been doing that, why I should not? First of all, weather is different there and here. So you'll have to understand that depending on the weather, the moisture, the humidity, the suitability of particular thing changes. So with respect to putting newborn baby 24 hours into the diaper, it's not at all advisable, especially in Indian weather conditions. Still, there is a video that has been placed on my Dvija YouTube channel which talks about how one should take care if you wish to keep your child in 24-hour diapers. So that's first myth. Second myth. In Indian tradition, we have been observing that you need to wrap baby very tight. Straight the hands, straight legs and wrap baby tight. If you don't do it, hands and legs can never be straight. That's a second myth because it's not true. What is the advantage of wrapping the baby? Yes, sometimes handling becomes easy and there are few kids who loves to feel cozy and they sleep more peacefully and longer with that. So with respect to your child, you need to experiment. If you wrap your child, does your child is more peaceful and go off to sleep for longer? Or when you don't wrap your child is more peaceful. So depending on the response of your child, you take a decision to wrap your child or not to wrap your child. In both the conditions, hands and legs will be straight, so don't worry. Third one of the question that we have about newborn care is that should we squeeze nipples of the baby? So recently in my hospital round, I've observed that one of the mother's daughter, especially for female child, the breast, so chest part was little bit up and somebody suggested that you need to squeeze nipples tightly so that inside milk comes out and chest will become flat. Please don't do it. It will harm the breast area, nipple area, it might cause infection, it might cause pus and there are loads of side effect to it. Yes, taking the oil and massaging it softly in heart shape, that does make sense, but nothing beyond that. Definitely not squeezing the nipple area to remove the milk out so the chest become flat. It doesn't have a positive effect. If need be, it will cause infection. Should we put a lot of powder on the child? So I've seen so many couples taking the puff, putting it in the powder and just applying on the entire child. I always say that almost child is not visible. What is visible is only powder, powder and powder. So what should be done with that? We should not be applying a lot of powder on the child. First of all, it creates dryness. Second, it might lead to infection if you are spreading powder with the puff, if it goes inside the nostrils, inside the eyes. And third and a very, very important thing, because you are applying lot of powders at the genitals and underarms, don't think that next potty or next susu, that's washroom, is not going to create rash. Applying powder is not at all a right solution to any kind of rash. If you want to apply just to make child feel fresh, just take powder in the chimney, just drip a bit and just apply it on all the folds which are there. That should be more than enough. Lastly, a part of newborn care that we've been seeing that Malish Wali Bai comes and she literally malish and give loads of massage to my child. And there are few people who are not able to do it. So is it okay if we don't do it? That's absolutely okay. See, massaging doesn't have a scientific barrier that if you don't massage, growth will be abnormal. The massage helps to improve blood circulation, make your child little more relaxed, make their muscles feel little more relaxed, child sleeps for longer. These are the few advantages. So if you don't have an help, take a bit of oil on your hand, just massage baby gently with that oil and it should be more than enough. On the same lines, I remember one more question about newborn care is that a lot of people have been asking me that what should be the temperature of water with which we give bath to our child. Please understand normal temperature. As an adult, the temperature at which you feel comfortable taking bath, same should be temperature at which your child is taking bath. The water should not be so hot that your child is almost crying taking a bath. No, it's not a punishment for the child, because there are so many Indian cultures who believes that child has been in the warm environment inside the womb, so the water that is poured on the child should be very hot. So that's one of the things that you should never follow as a part of newborn care. Should we use joli or should we use palna for the child? Both is okay, and even if you don't use anything, that's also okay. So ideally we say that if your newborn is a kind of a person who sleeps anywhere, on the bed, in the hand, while breastfeeding, then your child don't need any specific aid to go off to sleep. If your child is a kind of a person who loves to be swaddled bit, who loves to be shaken inside the hand, who loves to be carried for a little longer to feel peaceful, then might be using palna or a joli is a good option. But so many couples say that will it become a habit? So for all of you, for it not to become a habit, stop using joli or palna after 10 months, or rather any time after 8 months, and just wrap it and keep it away from your eyes and observe. Probably 2 days child will be disturbed and then child is equally peaceful. Should we apply kajal in my child's eyes? No. Whichever brand, whichever company, whichever Ayurveda or allopathy, homeopathy product or a homemade kajal you should avoid, because the kajal might cause an irritation or an infection to inner eye organs. So retina is there, white area is there, so don't apply. One of the traditional Indian myth is that if you don't apply kajal, eyes will not be big. So that's a myth. Every child is born with their own organ style, their own places, their own way, and that should be more than enough for any child around. Last but not the least, we have been observing few of the parents that after every washroom, when we change our child's langot, that's a cotton diapers which we change after every pee or diaper, we are observing redness at the genital area, and sometimes we are getting confused that is it okay, is it normal or it's not normal. So for all of you, whenever you observe redness, preferably keep it open. One of the best remedy for it is natural air. Keep it open for some time, keep it aerated. Whenever your child passes poo or does potty, apply probably petroleum jelly or in coconut oil. That's one of the best remedy, and then keep changing it at the regular intervals and it should be good enough. So these are the few basic care tips for newborn. Just stay peaceful, parents. You've been just now gifted with a little angel. Don't go around carrying all these myths and doubts within your head. Let's lead more carefully and more peacefully. Thank you so much all of you for watching. Have a great time and bye.